Oh, hello, Jordan. How are
Hey
you?
Kieran, I'm good, not as good as you, but I'm good, mate.
Let's explain to the viewers why you're not as good as me. Um,
Yeah,
let's go. Is it leagues? Let's have a look. Who we? No. Let's go game day.
game day, yeah.
Round 16. Who's this? That's you. Look at the score. Look at the score difference between that. All because Waitman scored 115.
I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. That last 6 minutes, I reckon, Kieran, of that Bulldogs North game, I just couldn't sit down
Yeah.
because I realised how close we were.
Yep.
And I realized how close Waitman and Zeeble were in points. I think I needed Zeeble to outscore Waitman by 8 or 9 from
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, just scaling didn't help me at all. So
He got scaled a lot. I wasn't expecting that type of score, but he
yeah,
scored 4 goals, sort of thing. He basically did
yes,
what Bruce
yep,
did against them last time, although Bruce scored 10 goals against him. Waitman
yep,
scoring 4, huge. He was more. He was a lot of. He was a big of a target. He was
yeah,
a more big of a target. But yeah.
mm,
Now his cash gen's gonna be crazy.
yeah. 27 break even now. He's someone I actually got rid of last week, so I'm kind of regretting that now, especially after that performance.
You got rid of him
Um,
last. Yeah, a lot of people did
yeah,
actually. A lot of people
yeah.
did.
Well, that's
I
okay.
can't remember. I don't even think I did a trade
I
last
don't think you traded last week. No,
week. No, I don't think I did. I
no.
because I was sort of running out. I may have. Let's have a look. I think I may have. Let's have a look
You
because I
might
was like
have done
up.
the one. I'm not
I
100%
was
sure.
up
I can't
against
remember.
you. Impy to danger round 15. No, I didn't
No, you didn't. No.
because I know I was running a
Good
bit low on
call.
trades. I did do hard the last round 13, 14, and I did say
Yep.
say to myself that I was gonna ease up a bit. I
Yep.
did get rid of Bailey Smith for Neil,
Yep.
who Bailey Smith scored 120 the week before, 75 this week, which is what I was
Wow.
expecting.
Yeah.
Again, both did more. Both weeks was more than Neil, but that's all right.
Yeah.
um, but if we go, yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, 20 top six, not bad. I'm now back in the top four. I think I was in
Yep.
top 6% last week, but
Yep.
that's right. Actually, one thing to note: Highmore I didn't have on the field, and I think you had him on the field.
As in our game?
Yeah,
No, I didn't have him on the
I
field.
am
I
on
had
the
him
field.
on my
That must,
bench.
yeah, that was my other game then. Yeah,
Other game.
that
Yeah,
that helped
that's
me.
all right.
That helped me win that as well. Not to mention one thing I loved: Frederick scored a goal for me.
Yeah.
The second he gets back on the field as in a proper role and not on a medical sub, he's going to be scoring seventies.
Basically, that's what he's doing. When he's playing full game, he's scoring 70s.
Yeah,
Like,
put it this way:
it's
the
crazy.
game that he scored the full games was the first two, where he scored 88 in Thingo, and I knew he was going to be a medical sub the next couple of games.
Yeah.
I was just hoping he just didn't come in, sort of thing.
I
But
think he played a full game last week as well.
yeah,
65.
65.
Like, that's
I
not
rate
bad.
that as a coming back from like five or so weeks out anyway.
Yeah.
However you want to say, but yeah. And now what I like is a -2 break even.
Mm.
And I picked him up. I've had him since the start, basically. Since his
Yep.
first two games, sorry.
Yep.
But bit of an injury with Cripps now.
Yeah.
He went in for a scan and not too sure if he's going to be playing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother me. I think you got him on the field. It was a bit different,
I do.
bit of a different
Which is
story.
a bit more of a problem. So it's not as much of a problem for you as it is for
Yeah.
me. Um, I am probably gonna have to hold him. I'm thinking, especially if it's like a one or two weeker,
Mm.
and I'll just have to play someone like Newcomb on the field,
Yep.
which doesn't sit very well with me. But you know what? I'm trying to stay optimistic,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and because Carlton can mathematically, I'm gonna say, I'm pretty sure they can still make finals somehow, and they're gonna
Yeah.
want and need Cripps on the park if they're gonna
Oh.
beat Geelong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
Oh,
trying to stay
Geelong's going to be
optimistic.
tough. At least it's at the
Yeah,
MCG. It's
absolutely.
not at the. It's not
At the
over at the
Cattery.
Cattery. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'd still I still say Geelong's going to win that. But
Oh
look,
yeah.
if
It'd be
it's not
hard to
if
tip
Cripps isn't
against them.
if Cripps isn't in there, then they're going to win.
Yeah,
Cripps is still
absolutely.
a big target, even though he butchers the ball and scores 80 each week.
Yeah.
But that's alright. Um,
Yeah.
I may get rid of him because there's no point me having this much money on the bench, and I
Yep,
may
that's
get
fair
rid of him
enough.
for Sharp.
Yep,
I
I like that
was
trade.
I was a bit on the fence with this, only because
Mm.
Sharp's going to be playing and he's had two really great scores, so it makes sense for him to for me to bring him in. But I'm also thinking of just saying stuff it and bring in someone who isn't going to play just to make the most sort of money possible.
Yep.
And that's most likely going to be 8 and 5 here.
Yep.
Might be because I was looking at the other guy as well. This little chap here to bring him down to the forwards, but I need the money for the forwards because I need to upgrade 2 forwards anyway. Whereas defense, I can get rid of Highmore and then bring him up, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So say I do that instead of Sharp, that's 400k.
Yep.
And I know a lot of people like me still have some forwards to upgrade, and a lot of people had Coleman Jones. I had him this week for 5 points. Not that Jones's 40 points would have helped me even more, but it would have cemented my spot against you a bit more, sort of thing.
Exactly right. You
not have to
wait
wait
more.
Not have to wait till the last. Not to wait till the game's over for me to realize that I've only got 1 by 1 or 2 points anyway. but yeah, definitely Waitman's got a lot more money to make.
Absolutely.
Coleman Jones, I might not even trade out, only because Jones is worth a bit more. And there's a few options that I've got for him. First one's Rowan Marshall.
Yep.
And I'm actually not going to get Dale, to be honest. But Rowan Marshall, just because he's a cheap option, and he's starting to get a bit more time on ground. And when he gets a bit more time, he gets a lot more points. So he had 60% on ground for 100 points last week. Whereas previously, when he's had a lot of time on ground, he scored 130. And I reckon it's more of a a safe sort of bet sort of thing. I don't know how to go. Because I say he's safer than Degoe. Degoe's 30k cheaper, but he's also, if he gets put back in the forward line, and you can correct me on this, he's just going to score 50, basically. Yeah. He can go big, but he can also go small.
So the last couple of weeks, he's been more around the footy, so he's been playing more mid, and that's why his scores have kind of been over 100. So I don't know if Harvey's trialing him in the midfield, just seeing if that's where he's going to kind of play, because potentially we may bring in what's the word? Sorry, I've gone blank. We may bring in like a tall forward next year.
Okay.
Like I'm going to suggest someone like a Sam Wiedemann, for example, because he's been he's
scouted.
Potentially scouted to come over to Collingwood potentially.
Okay.
Then that might free Degoe up to play more mid-time. And then that way we'll have, a lead-up target. Degoe can feed Sam Wiedemann the ball. Pendlebury can feed, he's just going to get that service kind of thing.
If that is the case, Degoe, definitely an option for next year. Honestly, regardless of price.
So this is what I'm going to say.
Go on.
Sorry, Kieran. This is what I'm going to say. Basically, if we recruit a tall forward next year, I'd be surprised if Degoe plays forward with the tall forward in the side.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of our main forward at the moment. If we recruit a tall forward, Degoe's probably could play more mid-time next year. Be very interesting to see, actually.
That's actually very, very. If he's in the mid this week, and he scores another 100, I'm definitely bringing him in next year. I don't know if I can afford it because I'll let you know what I'm going to do anyway. I don't know if I'll bring him in this year. But honestly, I'm going to see how. Actually, before I go to my trades, my forwards I'm going to pick. Tell me through yours, and then I'll talk you through mine.
Yep, done. All right.
Because I know you've just got the one trade this week.
Yeah, one trade for me this week. So basically, what I've done is I have gone cold turkey on Coleman Jones.
Yep.
So I'm trading him out. I'm pretty sure he's out for about 4 weeks, I'm going to say. So about a month.
Yeah.
Is what I heard. So, but this is why I've done it. So I've basically traded out Coleman Jones and brought in Bailey Dale. And that enables me. So I'm now full primo in the forward line. And I will actually go through my forward line for the listeners. And I am very
I like your forward line.
Very happy with it.
Actually, give me one sec. I'll bring it up as well.
Yep. Thanks, mate.
So we can sort of go. We can go through it together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's. Actually, I'll go through it. Through the league's probably a bit easier.
Yeah, that'd be a lot easier. That way our listeners can see.
I won't show them that you're actually first in a league, but I bet you this week, so it doesn't matter. Go through the list.
All right. So basically, at F1 we have Jack Zeeble.
Yep, gun.
F2 we have Aaron Hall.
Gun.
F3 we have Dangerfield.
Gun.
F4 we have Martin.
Off and on.
Yeah. F5 we have Hind.
I rate him.
Yeah, and F6 we have Dale. So Dale at F6,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, wow, that's looking pretty strong.
I like
Yeah,
that.
so that's where I'm at the moment.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And you've also got Cripps. So if he doesn't play this week, are you just going to hold him for the next week?
Look, that's the plan. Like, I am flouting with getting rid of him as well.
Yeah.
But it literally just depends on how long he's out for, because I do only have 3 trades left.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And
I'd say, just keep him at that point.
yeah,
And maybe just keep those trades. Because you're going to make the finals anyway. You're first, yeah? You're going to make the finals.
Correct.
And I think you're first by a game or 2 anyway. So you don't have to worry. So
Yeah,
basically,
that's
right
so
now,
true.
even if you lose like the next couple of games, you'll still either be first or second anyway. But you'll still be in a much better position because you kept those 3 trades.
Yeah, exactly.
And then going into the finals, if there's an injury or something like that, it's not going to affect you.
Yeah, because that's what I'm worried about. Like, something happens, like Vogue, for example, start of the week, we're thinking,
Yeah.
shit, he might not play.
I think he's been named, hasn't he?
Just for our listeners out there, yeah, he went in for scans just as a precaution.
Yep.
But I've got him in my team and he has been named. So that is good news.
It may have been similar to what happened. Yeah, it may have been similar to what happened with Neil, whereas if it wasn't a home game that had to come to Melbourne, that may have been, all right, Bo, sit out this one and go from there, which is what happened with Neil. They were saying that Neil would have played if it was in the if it was at Brisbane.
At the Gabba.
At the Gabba,
Yeah, so thank goodness they're playing at Adelaide Oval, and this is on the back of Port having a 5-day break. So that's why they were a bit concerned. But thank goodness he's kind of pulled up well.
And honestly, Bo should have a good game after that.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah. Ken Hinkley was saying, like, he's one of those players that just looks after his body. He knows his body the best, and so.
What do you? How do you go last time against Melbourne? 104, 119.
Yeah,
I'd say he definitely hit up. He definitely ton up anyway.
I hope so.
He hasn't played him this year though, but
yeah,
he looked good. He's looking good anyway.
Yeah, I'll take a ton from him definitely.
Oh, easily.
Yeah,
easily.
All right, let's talk through your
my forward options. So basically, I'm gonna see how Butters goes this week. He's been named this week. He should be playing. No reason why he's not. And the reason why I'm looking heavily into him is because his last game where he got injured, I think it was at halftime. He was on 100 and something. He got injured, and he ended up having 96 or 90 something because of the scaling and stuff like that.
Scaling, yeah.
At halftime, and he got injured. So
that's crazy.
So the way I'm sort of seeing it is if he's got that sort of potential at someone that's going to be, it would have to be priced under 500k next week anyway. So that's what I'm seeing how he's going to be. If he scores 100 and he should have a decent break even. He should have a low break even because he won't have that bad one in his score. Actually, I'll sort of show you what I mean.
Yep.
So the way, for anyone who doesn't know, the way the break evens work is it takes the last 3 games, last 2 games, and includes the one that's about to play. So because the last game, because this is the 3rd game, it's not going to include the 163 in the score. That's going to come out, and that's why he's got a high break even. That's why he has to score closer to 163 to keep that sort of price, that sort of average. Because now, next week, he's not going to have after this week, he's not going to have that bad 55 score in there. He should even it out sort of thing. So it just sort of depends on how much he scores this week. And say he does score 106, say 100 scores, loses the money, he'll have lower money to sort of make up for, but he'll still have, he'll still also get rid of the 55 for his break even. So it should mean his break even should be around 100 or so, or what he's averaging anyway. Which is about 103. And say he does score 106, I'm going to pick him up next week.
Absolutely.
Easily. He's great. But if he does have a bad game, say he scores, even if he scores 98, say he scores another 55 and just pushes the ball, looks bad and everything like that, which he won't. I'll most likely get rid of Jones this week and pick up Marshall.
Yeah,
I like the fact he's getting more time on ground and he's now he's scoring more closer to 100. So and if Butters ends up being good, I might swap Heaney for him. Now the reason why I have a lot of money as well, my last swap will most likely be for Waitman and getting rid of Waitland for my boy Dunkley, if I can spell him right. for Dunkley. I see him. Honestly, he'll probably score over 92 anyway. I don't see him scoring 131 or anything like that. But again, if he comes back in, I think it's the next 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yep.
If he comes back next week and scores 100, I'll be like, yeah, I'm picking him up 100%. If he scores, I think his lowest score is 113. If he scores more than that, you know he's back. He's back from injury. He's back and everything like that, and he's worth the money. Not a lot of people would have him anyway. So, especially in leagues and stuff like that. So he should be a good get, and especially when that's going to correlate to Waitman making more money anyway.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he's back in 2 weeks because Waitman should have two good price rises. But honestly, I'd rather have Dunkley than Waitman in the end anyway. And yeah, should be really good. Actually, just on that note, Waitman should be a good pick up for this week anyway. Not a good pickup, but a good person to have because Norton's out.
Yeah.
Or he might be out. I think he's most likely going to be out anyway.
Did he suffer from concussion? Was it a concussion?
I'm actually not 100% sure. Let's have a look at the injury list.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if he was yeah, his concussion. There you go.
Yeah, so
So
he'll
he's
be
definitely out this week, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was a concussion, if it was just going to be he was just injured. He just said he was going to be out for the week. But yeah, concussion, he's not going to be in this week.
Thank goodness it's only a concussion because you obviously need him closer to finals.
Easily. But we should have... Chalor was back training as well, so I don't know how close the 4 to 6 weeks will still be.
You know what? And look at all those injuries, but they're back within the next... Chalor's the only one, 4 to 6. Otherwise, you've got...
Here's what I think is going to be interesting. We're in round 17. So 3 weeks, we play Melbourne, yeah?
Yeah.
So we should have Martin back for Melbourne. We should have Dunkley back for Melbourne. Fingers crossed we have Chalor back for Melbourne. Pretty much a full team back.
Look, Vandermeer, Easton Wood as well. Like you guys should have
Vandermeer,
a full
Easton
team
Wood.
back.
I even forgot about Easton Wood. My God.
And Liam Jong,
Norton will still be back as well. we got a team and a half to come back, honestly.
Yeah.
If we lose to Melbourne with like all these ins and stuff like that, all these proper team.
You guys are in prime position to beat them, especially after Melbourne losing last week. Like Melbourne have been pretty average, can I say?
Yeah, honestly,
last few weeks.
What is the last one's been? They lost to who was it they played last week? Giants, and they lost to
they lost to us as well.
Lost to you guys, yeah.
Yeah. And they only just beat Essendon.
Only just beat Essendon. When was the last decent game they had? 22 against Lions.
It's not bad.
And they bet us, yeah.
Yeah, 28. But that's without, your stars.
That was
stars.
That was yeah. That we didn't even have Martin. I was hoping we'd have Martin because he's him and I think it was
English.
I think English was taking some of the tap ins. When they break down the load to it sort of affects Gorn a bit more and makes it a bit more easier to win. But
absolutely,
we'll see how that goes in that couple of weeks. So if we got a full team against Melbourne, if we don't beat Melbourne, I'm going to be annoyed.
Yeah,
because I was hoping we'd beat them this week, the first week, but that's alright.
Yeah,
that's neither here or there. But let's get to captaincies. Who do you reckon this week? Who do you reckon VC? Say VC.
Yeah, so VC, and I told you this, and I told one of my other mates this as well. I have put the VC on Gorn. I know he's been very average the last couple of weeks, but he's due. In my opinion, he's due.
He is due.
And this is a statement game for Melbourne. If Melbourne beat Port here, it's huge. Absolutely huge. I'd almost say it cements their top 4 spot if they beat Port.
100%. 100%. Because I don't think... Because definitely Port is... Port at home as well.
Yeah.
And if you can beat Port at home, that usually
massive.
be fine. Yeah.
It's massive. I know you guys did that earlier this year.
We did that earlier this year.
If Melbourne can do it, because Melbourne have been very average the last, I'm going to say 3 to 4 weeks.
Yep.
If they can go over there and do a job on Port Adelaide, they'd be huge. And I'm hoping that Gorn will score a good score. A good score for me. I'm thinking
Definitely.
I'd take anything 130 plus.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sort of the same.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking Gorn this week.
Yeah.
I've got 2 in mind. The first one is Merritt. Keeping my VC on Merritt.
Like it.
He's might not be my favourite pick at the moment, but his last couple games have been good against them.
Mm-hmm.
and we'll just sort of see how he goes against Adelaide. I think he might get tagged by Keys though.
Interesting.
Which means I'm leaning more towards a VC on Laird. Laird's latest form's just been huge. Like you can't put anything wrong about that. There is another VC that I might make my captain that I'll explain a bit later. But honestly, I reckon he's just been great. He just can't sort of go wrong with how he's been recently. What's his? He's now 600k. There you go. Last 3 round average 123. I'll take 123 honestly. I safe 123. But what I was gonna say is I was gonna have my captaincy on Steele.
Yeah.
But I think now talking about it, I think I might lean towards this. I might have my VC on Steele against Brisbane Lions, which I think against Lions, which I don't know how he's gone against them. Yeah, he's gonna score 160. Yeah, so I'll VC Steele, and then I'll most likely put the C on McRae as sort of a safe 120, 130 anyway.
Yeah, that's what I've basically done. So VC on Gorn, safe C on McRae.
Yeah. And I don't know how we went last year against them.
Decent from what I saw.
92, 130. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah. You know what?
Definitely seeing McRae against Gold Coast. Look at that.
Yeah. This is what. Look. Honestly, like anything can happen, so I wouldn't read too much into that. That's what I'm trying to think about with Gorn as well. I wouldn't read too much into it because obviously things can change and stuff like that. So, I might
keep my things, my trades at that. Next week I'll probably trade out Jones or Coleman Jones for Butters, depending on how he goes this week, because he should be under 500k, which is a great pickup. And then my my sights will be set on picking up Dunkley after that. I don't know if I'm going to wait for his first week or if I want to pick him up straight away. I think it will just sort of depend on how I feel at the time. But
you just got to kind of wait and see, I suppose.
The issue I have is that he's got such a low break even 92, and he has not hit as low as 100. He hasn't even gone lower than 113 this year, let alone dropping below 100. Yeah. And he's coming back from an injury, but if he's fit and playing the same role, there's no reason why he shouldn't score that. So
absolutely.
And I'd rather pay 640 for him than say 650, 670, 660 if he ends up scoring 130 and stuff like that. How did he go last year against next couple of guys? I think he would be back Adelaide, maybe potentially Gold Coast. I don't know. Honestly, it's it's a hit or miss, to be honest. Yeah. We'll just sort of see on the on the day. I'll see how I feel. If I got the money and it's just going to be getting rid of Waitman for him, if Waitman's maxed out his price, I'll get rid of him. But we'll sort of see. Yeah. Because right now Waitman's going to make some money. Yeah. And Dunkley sort of needs to come back. But yeah, we'll see how he goes anyway.
See how it goes exactly. We'll see. Exactly.
All right. Well, that's I guess that's us for this week.
Exactly another week.
I'll see you guys next week. Good luck this week, Jordan. Yeah. Coming off a bit of a loss this week.
Yeah,
but,
you too, mate. Yeah. We'll bounce back.
We'll bounce back. I'm hoping still go 150, so we should be safe anyway. And that's the other thing I want to see about with Coleman Jones as well. I've now got everyone playing, and Frederick might be a medical sub, so I don't trust him being have him as an emergency VC a C choice. Now that I know that Coleman Jones is definitely out. Yep. If I see that Butter scores 120, I'm obviously not. I'm not going to wait for next week. But if he scores 50 or 60 or something like that, I'll then see how Steele scores. If he does score good, I'm going to keep Coleman Jones and put a C on him. Yep. If not, I may pick up Marshall. I can't pick up Marshall. Steele's going to be playing. That's right. I'm not picking up Marshall this week. Going to wait for next week. See how I go. There'll be options anyway. Dunkley's always there. Exactly. But we'll see how it goes anyway. I've got 4 trades left. I'll most likely go into the finals with 1 or 2 anyway.
That's what I'm thinking too. If I go into the finals with say 2, I think that's okay. If not 3, potentially.
Yeah. How I'm looking at it, I'm probably going to go into the finals with 2, but I'll still have a rookie on the field, and I'm hoping that rookie will still be Waitman in for, and then the only thing I need to do is just trade him for Dunkley anyway. But
Yep. Yep.
yeah, I think I'm in a decent position anyway.
Cool.
I just downgraded Cripps just for the money
Absolutely.
anyway.
Mate, you know what? If you're sitting in the top 10K, you're doing something right.
Yeah,
And that's where we
true.
are, mate. That's all we need to worry about.
Well, put it this way: I can pick up anyone I want for Jones.
There you go.
And if I had a mid forward here, I can end up picking up Parrish or
Or
literally
Bond if you
anyone,
want. Yeah.
or Bond if I really wanted to, which I probably won't. I think I'm happy with the
Yeah.
ones here.
Yeah.
But
Love it.
yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'll
Yeah,
see you guys.
as long as
I'll
you're
see you
happy,
guys
mate.
next week. I'm good.
Will do.
I'm
See you
good.
next week.
Enjoy, my friend.
You too, buddy. Bye.
Bye.